Hey guys, Strikezone here, and welcome to another Call of Duty Ghost Jump Spots and Lines of Sight video. Today we're going to be looking at the maps Freight and Strike Zone. Last time we looked at the maps Overlord and Warhawk, so if you guys did miss that, there will be a link to that video down below in the description. And make sure you guys leave a comment of what two maps you'd like to see me do next time, because like I said in the previous video, I might not be doing all the maps due to time constraints. That's why I only did one video last week, because I just didn't have time to play games and do videos with all the homework I'm getting with school, with finals coming up and everything. And also, I will not be covering the dynamic aspects in both these maps. I did do two-part video series of all the dynamic aspects in Call of Duty Ghosts, and there will be a link in the description to those videos as well if you want to go see that. So without further ado, let's get started with the map Freight. So this first spot I got for you right here has to do with this power box in this corner that people love to sit in for some reason. It is pretty good cover. You can pick off anyone on the C side of the map, but to get people that are camping in this corner, all I have to do is jump over this power box. This power box is mantable, so instead of trying to pick them off across map, you just jump over it and take them out and spray them down, hit fire. Easy kill. You can probably get a point blank right there. Also, the next series of spots we have is over by this brewery by the train. You can jump on this wood and onto these barrels, and then you can get onto the crate that way instead of going around and going up the ramp. And then from this crate, you can jump from the crate to the top brewery window. And also from this crate, you can jump to the corner of this orange crate and sit there. And you have a nice little, like, you can get leaning kills easily if people are spawning at A. You have a nice little line of sight down that alley. And then also, people love to sit in here for some reason. In this like little walkway where you can shoot out the door, the interactable door, you can drop down or go from the ground into this kind of dark alley, and people just love to sit there. You can pick people off up top or down bottom. Just be aware of that, because I've died multiple times running by that. And then in the other building on the same side of the map, the Porter's building, you can jump from this red shipping crate up to the second floor from either this side of the shipping crate or the other side. And then you can jump from this porter rail into the brewery window and do that vice versa. And then also, if you jump on top of these blue crates on top of the red shipping crate, you can jump up to the porter's rail that we jumped from earlier. And you just have to aim for this area where I'm aiming at right now. Jump up there and then hold A, and then you can pull yourself up there. And that could be useful for multiple situations. You never know when these bots could become useful. And then if we go to the opposite side of the map, to get up into this barn that people love to camp on top of the roof and everything, you know, there's entrances on the bottom and stairs inside, but you can jump on top of this wood and then jump up to the roof of the barn. And you can also jump on top of the blue bin around the corner and then jump up to the roof of the barn as well. And if we shift over to the other side of the map, the Owens building, you can jump between these two windows, between these interconnected buildings. You can go on these ledges out here and jump around. Say they have a Betty or IED or motion sensor, you don't want to trigger it off, use that to get around it. And then you can also jump onto the third story of the Owens building. You can do this by jumping on top of these cylinders and just mantle your way up to the top. And then from here, you can jump down to either of the windows down there. You can jump down to the ledges that we used before. And there's also this invisible ledge where if you go to this corner and then slowly back down, and then right when you drop, run forward to get into this corner, there's an invisible ledge there that you can sit down. But if you move at all, you will die. So I don't know if you're like, again, you never know when you can use these situations. So that's it pretty much for the jump spots. We have a pretty awesome B cap spot right here. Instead of just going to the middle of the map and then having to defend people off, because this is a very dangerous flag to capture right in the middle of the map, you can actually take cover behind these trains on both sides. You aim at this, or not aim, but at this wheel area, you can stand there. I recommend standing up or crouching, and you can just sit there and cap the flag, and it's a nice cap spot. You have cover, and you only have to really worry about the side that you're on to defend yourself. Oh, and also you can run on top of all these trains if you guys ever that becomes useful. You're really exposed in the open. You can also aim under all these trains to use for like sneaky lines of sight, see where enemies are, blah blah blah. But the lines of sight we have for this map, in the C spawn, you can jump on top of this bin. You can look up to the top of the brewery up there. You can also get some lean kills by leaning up on the barrel. Same thing. Oh, and most of these spots are for the top of the brewery that are coming up. But you can go in these Owens building on these stairs. You can look through the window with that little sheet metal right there. They can't see you as easily, so that's a nice little line of sight into there. And then also, if you run up the middle of the C side of the map, you can look through this post where there's a crack through the building in the post, and you can see up into the Owens building. Again, they can't see you as easily. And And then also over here in the C spawn, there's a search and destroy bomb right by this stack of wood. So you can use these wood-shaped crates on top of it to head glitch and just shoot people up there, I guess you can say. For this underground area, people love to come out of here, so you can sit behind this fence and aim down sight. Be careful not to go to the corner of the fence because it does like to lean you out a lot and then you're really exposed. But you can sit behind this fence, aim down, take a couple steps back, and you can easily defend. They can't see you when you run up, and take them out easily like that. And then the best line of sight that I could find for the porter's building on the other side of the map is at these barn stairs. It's not really that good, but you do have cover. They can't see you as easily, but that's pretty much the best thing I could find for that building. And then also, if you are trying to, like, say, spawn cap the C flag or something, people are spawning back in C, you can use that third-story Owens building jump that we used earlier. You can jump on this little post and slowly inch your way across, and then you can lean across that building and take out people that are spawning in that alleyway. Easy way to get lean kills and have nice cover. Now let's flip over to the A side of the map. You can mantle all over these cars and barrels and everything, but the awesome thing about this is you can use this as cover, as a way to look up into that barn that I like to call it in C, take people out that way. You have a nice cover, and they most likely won't be able to see you as well when you're that far away behind that sort of cover. Also, to look up into that building, you can go into the porter's building, go on the stairs. You have a nice line of sight into the front part of the building, and if this machine is there and no one moved it or closed the door below you, if that's there, you can jump on top of it and you have a nice line of sight to the side window of the barn. More ways to look up into that building. You can go to the other side of the map on the A side and prone or crouch between this fire barrel, look through the crack, and you have a nice line of sight up to A. And finally, you can look through this fence hole down by the entrance to the lower brewery, and you have a nice line of sight again up to the top of that barn. Now for Owen's building, the best line of sight I could find was at the bottom of the brewery by the stairs in these boxes. You can kind of like pace back and forth and use those crates for cover, and you have a nice line of sight up to the third story of the Owens building in the middle, and the second story of the Owens building also in the middle of that. And that's pretty much all I have for freight. Now if we go over to Strikezone, there isn't that much I could find for Strikezone. The map is very bland, I guess you could say, for jump spots and lines of sight. But the one thing that I'm sure a lot of you don't know or are as familiar with is you can jump on these barrels and go up to the shop awning. It's probably the best jump spot that's on this map, actually, or spot to go to. And you can use this to, I don't know, hide or whatever. You have a nice little line of sight if you have A side controlled. You can look through the glass and through, or up to the catwalk. Say you're playing Search or GB or whatever, that's a nice little area to go to. And you can also see into the C spawn. And a little thing to know, over by C on this truck, you can't jump up to it directly going onto it from the front. But if you do go to the sides, like where the light is, you can jump up to it that way instead of going up the ladder or up the crates on the side. Over by B in the bar, I like to use these chairs if I'm being chased from the kitchen. You run around the corner and jump up onto it. People aren't going to look straight up to the left when they run through that door, or through the hallway as well. So if you're being chased, you know enemies are coming, you can jump up there, probably get a nice easy kill, but I wouldn't recommend sitting there for a long time. You can also jump on this barrel in the shop. Yeah. And then also for the C flag, you can jump up on the statue and kind of take cover behind this barrel, especially if you're in a ghillie suit, it'll be hard to find at first, but you can cap C flag from there. Now, onto some lines of sight. Again, not that great. By the C flag, you can look under this truck and have a nice little line of sight. If you're running from the middle of the map down to C and people are capping it, take people out that way instead of running around and exposing yourself. At the A stairs, you can look through these crates. This is probably one of the best lines of sight. If people are camping in the carts or sitting in the carts in the middle of the map, you can look through that crate there, and then also to the crate to the right, you can look to the stairs that are coming up from the open area by the shop. There's quite a few decent leaning spots. I like to use this one in the shop a lot. You use this cabinet and you lean left and right. You might have saw in my dynamic map video, I used this in the beginning. It's a pretty nice spot, and you can also lean on this pillar on top of the counter in the shop as well. Nice little line of sight to the statue if you're trying to take someone out. You can lean in the bar by the crates by B. I like to use that once in a while. And then you can also look through this bar crate if anyone's sitting down there for some reason. You can go behind this cart and say you're playing Blitz. There's a Blitz right in front of you, so you can look at people coming from the B flag and take people out that way. You can prone between these carts over in the middle of the map and look through the catwalk. Take anyone out there. It's probably like a one-time thing because that is a very dangerous area of the map to be in because people could be sniping you at A and using that line of sight that I showed you earlier. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, this map also does change when you chem strike it. So when that happens, some things to note that changes. You can run through this door and B, it opens up before it was closed. You can jump on the cement as well over in the B area. That wasn't available to jump on earlier. And then there's a couple lines of sight. You can look through this wire and cement to the A area while you're in the shop. On the outside of the shop, you can look through these green beams out to the B area where people are spawning in B. Easy snipes and picking people off. Then also, if you run to the left up here in this open area, you can look slightly through this green metal and the cement over to the B area as well. And that's it. That's all the jump spots and lines of sight I have for you guys for these 2 maps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a comment down below for the next 2 maps you want to see me do. And as always, guys, I'm Strikezone. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.